Hi, this is Vicki with My Paper Connection. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, and today I'm going to make this really pretty card. This is a card using Beauty Abounds, and these butterflies, y'all, they're just so pretty. I love them. Before I get started making this, let me tell you about one more thing really quickly, though. It's about the Pick a Bundle promotion. I had to think about that, how to say it, because I've said it several times the wrong way, and now I'm recording it. But anyway, if you go to my website, you'll see that there is a promotion going on by Stampin' Up! And if you watched my previous videos, you would have heard that too. If you purchase a starter kit for $99, you receive $125 worth of product, and Stampin' Up! Will give you a bundle of your choice, whether it's a stamp and punch or a stamp and die. Anyway, for more information, go to my website, www.mypaperconnection.com. It's up across the screen at the top, and you can read more about that. I would love to have you to be part of my stamping community. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. So for my card base, I'm going to do this one a little bit differently than I did this one. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and show you. This is Rococo Rose, and I used a stitched rectangle to cut out the center of it. And then I placed designer series paper on the back. I'm going to do this one a little bit differently. I'm going to use thick Whisper White. I'm going to cut a center out of the Seaside Spray cardstock. Then I will place this on the back of it and put it in here. I wanted it to look a little differently, and I think that will do it. So the first thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and I'm going to use thick Whisper White. I did find when I was creating this that the thick Whisper White holds up for this spray of butterflies a lot better than the regular Whisper White, and you can see how large this is. So I'm going to use the thick so that it just is a lot firmer. And then I'm also going to run this through the Big Shot to cut out my, my rectangle, which is here. And once I get that cut out, then I'm going to run it through the Ornate Floral Embossing Folder. And if I hold it up, I think you can probably see the embossed design on it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then my card will be pretty easy to put together. So I'll be back with my parts in just a second. Okay, so just going to show you really quickly. I cut out my rectangle, and then once I cut it out, then I ran it through the embossing folder. And here's the reason why I did it in that order. One time I was trying to create a project in which I embossed it and then was cutting out pieces afterwards. And when I embossed it first and then ran it through, cutting out my particular shape, whatever it was, don't remember right now, it ended up smashing these. And I didn't want those to be smashed. I wanted those to really pop. So I actually ran this through twice because I really wanted it to be a prominent emboss, okay? All right, so then I'm bringing in this, which is my butterflies. And I haven't purchased you can actually purchase the piece that screws onto your Take Your Pick tool. I haven't worn this one out yet, so I'm still using this. But you just go along it like this, and it just helps to release all those pieces. And look at that, most of those pieces are out, and I'm just going to give it a thump. There's only a few pieces that didn't come out. That's a lot faster. And all of those little pieces then get stuck right here rather than all over the place. So it's really easy to then just empty them off into a bin. Okay, I wanted to point out something to you. With the Beauty Abounds, with the dies that coordinate with the Beauty Abounds stamp set, you get 2 of these clusters of butterflies. Aren't they gorgeous? Love them. So what I did, I used the thick Whisper White, and I used this one with the largest, what you call that? I don't know what you call that, but it's on the wings, the outline of it. And this is what I came out with. If I had used this one, it would have been small and little narrow pieces that would go on top. And I'll show you really quickly. This is a card that we're doing in my July Beauty Abounds online card class to go. There's 2 of these that are similar, and then there's 4 other cards that'll be a part of that online card class. And if you purchase $50 or more from me, you will receive the online card class to go for free. Anyway, that I wasn't doing that to tell you all about that. Although I would love to have you be a part of my online card class, and there is actually information on Monday, the 22nd, yesterday, I think it is, about my online card class to go. But again, if you purchase $50 or more from my site, then you actually get this for free. But you can see this is using the Rainbow Glimmer paper, and this is the one that I used, and it fit on top of the white ones. Okay, so now we're going to start putting our card together. I'm using thick Whisper White cardstock. It's cut at 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4.25. You don't have to write all this down. All of these will actually be in my website, and you'll be able to check those sizes and dimensions and supplies and everything out there. And you can purchase supplies there too. So I'm going to take... Let me show you this first. This is the 2019-2021 in color designer series paper. This is the Seaside Spray, and this is Seaside Spray as well. So I could either do it that way or this way. Let's see. I love the polka dots, but I feel like it might be competing a little bit too much with the butterfly. So I'm just going to go with this heathered look. I don't know what else to call it, but I'm going to take the bones of my dimensionals, and I'm just going to place those back here on the back. There's also the strips, the adhesive strips that you can use. It pops it up a little bit more than I want it to. And so I'm just going to use the bones of my dimensionals, and I will pop it up using that, because I do want it to kind of come off to lift off of the page just a little bit. Okay, then I'm just going to take the pointy part of my Take Your Pick tool and just lift all that up. Then I'm just going to place my frame right here, and then I'm going to take my piece with the side that I want to show, and I'm just going to come back here right behind it. Now this is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and this is 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm just going to try to make sure it lines up so nothing is hanging off the other side. Okay, so I put it on, and I made sure that it wasn't hanging off too much on the sides. However, when you emboss paper, it tends to shrink up just a tad. So you can see this, oops. So you can see this showing right here. So I'm just going to go back here and just trim that back. Nobody's going to notice it. It's kind of hard to do this on camera because I can't get my head over it. All right, and there's just a little bit that's showing right there. I'm just going to trim that off just slightly right there. Perfect. All right, I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to the front here. The next thing I'm going to do is to take mini dimensionals, and I'm going to add those to the larger parts behind my butterfly. So like on the bigger areas right in here, I will add mini dimensionals in there. Okay, so I want it to be in a couple places where they're really just too, even the mini ones are too large to not show. I don't want them to show. So I'm going to come in here with my scissors, and I'm just going to cut some little small areas right in here, and I'm going to use those for those places that are just too small. Okay, So I've got all of them on there, and you can see there's some really tiny ones that I cut just so that I'd make sure that they would fit without showing. Okay, so I'm going to take the back of those off, and then I'll go ahead and put these on, and I'll fast forward through that. Okay, so I've got all of the pieces, the little backings off, and now I'm just going to place it onto my card, just like this. The next thing I'm going to do is to stamp my greeting. I'm using Seaside Spray and Hello from the Beauty Abounds stamp set. And I just used a little strip that I had cut off whenever I was cutting card fronts. It's about 1/2 inch wide. And I don't know, maybe 1 inch long. Just going to trim it a little right here. And I'll place some dimensionals under that as well. I'm kind of thinking maybe I probably should trim it just a little bit though, as I'm looking at it. I think I might need to trim just a little bit off right here on the bottom. Like that. Well, let's see how this fits. I think a little bit more needs to come off, so I'll trim a little at the top. Okay, so I'll just take the backings off of there. We're going to place it right down here. Maybe, yeah, right down here. The last thing I'm going to do is to add some pearls to it. So I'm going to add one onto the body of this one, 2 here, and I could have taken my Seaside Spray stamping blend and actually here I'm chasing them around again, and actually colored them the Seaside Spray color, but I really like the idea of them just being white on white. I think it just gives it a nice clean and just simple look to it. The last thing I'm going to do is on the inside, I'm just going to stamp a butterfly here and stamp one right here. I think I might do another one right about there. And that has my beautiful card made. It's so pretty. Look at that. I think I like this one even better because this picks up the white around it. Yeah, and I like it being popped up off the page. It really gives it a lot more dimension. And there you go on the inside. So cute. I love it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already subscribed, I would love it if you would do that today. And if you'll take the time just to ring that bell, you'll get notice when future videos come out. And if you liked it, give me a thumbs up. That's like Facebook's equivalent to the like. And if you have any comments or questions, I would love to hear them. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you'll go out and stamp a butterfly card for yourself today. Have a great day. Bye.